JD Talkin Sports. It is Thursday, September 10th, the start of the NFL season 2020. Sorry about yesterday. I talked a little whispery. Thank you, Harris. Tough night for him. Well, he's got the Giants season starting, which is not going to be a good one. And he has to worry about the Islanders, who gave up a goal with 8 seconds left, and now we're down 2-0 to the freaking Tampa Bay Lightning. And people are saying in Tampa Bay that on Sunday they're going to have to choose between the Rays, the Lightning, and the Bucks. And folks, I want you to get this down clearly in your head. There is Tom Brady, there's God, and there's everything else. If you think people are going to be watching the Lightning and the Rays instead of the Buccaneers game, you're out of your fucking mind. You are freaking bonkers. Because I just wanted to tell you, this is what I did just now. This is what I did. I said, imagine if for just tonight, just take this into consideration tonight, what you can watch on sports tonight. You have the Lakers Rockets at 8 p.m. on 7 p.m. on TNT. You have the Texans Chiefs. Well, also at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. At 8:20, you have the Texans Chiefs at 8:20 on NBC. You have the Golden Knights and the Stars at 8 p.m. on NBA Sports Network. You have UAB Miami. Miami's a 14-point favorite. First time they will have fans at a sporting event in South Florida since March. They'll be playing at 8 p.m. on the ACC Network. If you're a WNBA fan, you have the Liberty Fever at 7 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. If you are an MLS fan, on ESPN Plus at 10 p.m., you have Seattle, San Jose. If you are U.S. Open fans, you have Jen Brady versus Naomi Osaka at 7. And then following that match, you have Serena Azarenka at 9 p.m. If you're a baseball fan, the Mets are off. But the Yankees play, I think it's 7:05. They are hosting the O's, Garrett Cole, who's not pitched well lately, against Keegan Aiken. Garrett Cole is 4-3 with a 3.63 ERA. And that's all I got for right now. But how about that? A plethora of sports choices tonight. A plethora. You can choose whatever you want to watch. Basketball, hockey, baseball, tennis, soccer. No lacrosse. Yeah, you can watch everything. Football and college football. Unbelievable what you would choice of today. Now, Ryan Day, you know what? Why can those teams and players play and we can't? Ryan Day is the coach of the dump of Ohio State. I always call it the dump because Michigan loathes them. And if she loathes them, I have to deal with it. And you know what? I'll tell you, I used to, since I've met Michigan, yeah, I don't want them winning. And Ryan Day, so they were saying, should all the other schools that voted against playing should now say we should play? And others saying they went too soon. And who knows what's going to happen? I hear schools. I was talking to Gumbo Chef today. I mean, kids are going back to school, and the kids testing positive the first day they're back. Now, I know people say it's asymptomatic, but what happens when the one kid who isn't asymptomatic? And 190,000 people, in my opinion, is a lot of people that die from anything. I don't care, the flu, whatever. 190,000 people with anything, that's a lot of fucking people. I remember when we hit 100. I remember when we hit 90,000, and the number keeps growing. We're going to be at 200,000 before you know it. It's scary, man. And it's coming back other countries. It's flaring up Australia. You hear France. You hear... But something good. Something good. I'm going to do my first fantasy football. The only thing I screwed up is that I put it on 2 separate email addresses. So now I have to go back and forth. But whatever. It'll be fun. Gumbo Chef got me into a league, and then I'm doing a league with Harris and my cousin Hal. And Harris says he's going to beat all our asses. Well, he has Michael Thomas and freaking Patrick Mahomes. So what the fuck? I was like, Jesus Christ, you got everybody. But I was, so I'm doing that. I got football. I got all the sporting events I could watch all day today. I am very, very excited. Extremely. So Ryan Day, maybe, why don't you guys leave? Because you want to play for a national championship. I understand. You got Justin Fields. You got a great team. Every year you're stacked. You get all the recruits and all that stuff. And they just keep coming through the school. So I think, you know what? Secede from the union. Go to the SEC and play with them this season. I don't know why. Once this happened, you guys were prepared. You could have been talking about it, practicing the whole time, left, and then come back because I'll tell you, the Big Ten needs you. They do. They'll take you right back. I guess we'll see what happens on that front. But they're saying more November than October, but they want to go early so they can play in the national championship game. I guess we'll see what happens. I hope they get through the whole season. I hope the NFL gets through the whole season. I hope it all happens. I don't know. Bubba Wallace is not returning to Richard Petty's Motorsports. And I was like, wonder what happened. Well, he has sponsors. He has 5 top 10s this year. He's 23rd in the Chase points. What is it? In Cup standings. I'm sorry, Cup standings. And there's like other motorsport, other teams that have much better resources. Which with his talent, if he starts winning, he's already got sponsors. He will make a lot of money for everybody, and it would be great to see him in the winner's circle winning some races. And he's just going to go to a better team. So a team like Richard Petty Motorsports doesn't have the funds and the cars to compete with the teams that are winning the races. Just that simple. He'll go somewhere else. He's almost like a free agent. He's going to decide what he wants to do. And someone put something up today. I saw on Nets Daily saying, that I don't know why people are, clapping for the, like, oh, patting themselves in the back. Why is Doris Burke, finally, she's going to call conference finals and NBA finals on ESPN Radio. She's the first woman to serve as an analyst on radio and network TV ever this far into the playoffs. And I said, why it took so long? And now I hear Chauncey Billups wants the Pacer job. Becky Hammond can coach men or women. Freaking Pat Summitt was offered the men's head coaching job at Tennessee. And she's like she didn't. They weren't as good as they weren't as good a team as her women's team. They weren't as strong, and she could have coached the men without a doubt. Becky Hammond can. Doris Burke can call games on TV every goddamn day, for my opinion. I see other teams are doing. I see football games being called. Beth Mowers, they're really good. They're really good people out there. The Nets have a woman on their broadcasts whose name escapes me right now. I'm all for it, man. More the merrier. Bring them to the party. Doris Burke, congrats. Let's hope this opens the door. Like, I don't want to keep hearing about women, mothers in tennis matches. I hope all mothers in all sports can compete and be successful at it and show that just because you have children doesn't mean everything stops. That I'm an athlete and a mother. I'm not that doesn't define me. This is my profession. I don't stay home, and I'm saying, and no disrespect, staying home with a kid is a lot of work. That's a full-time job. So when you say you're a stay-at-home mom, it's not staying at home like you're just sitting and eating bonbons all day. It's a lot of freaking work. A lot of work. A child is a lot of work. And then I read this Georgia State quarterback, Mikhail Colasurdo. So he had been shut down. He was going to play this year, but they said they thought he had myocarditis. Well, it ends up that he's cleared to resume activities, further cardiac evaluation, no myocarditis or other heart ailments. You know how much stress that is? Years ago, and I might have talked about this in my podcast, I was told I had cancer. Like, they brought me in, my doctor brought me in and told me, you have cancer. I'm like, what the fuck? And I went through I had to go through tests. I had to get freaking blood tests. It went on for months. I got shingles out of it. I got stressed as hell. And it ends up I have a blood cancer that they check every year. And it could turn into like a lot of people have this, it could turn into cancer. And at that point, they'd have to do chemo or something, or I don't know. But every 4 to 5 months, I go to my oncologist, I get my blood checked, and they say, okay, your blood levels are fine, and they just have to keep it for the rest of my life. But the stress of this kid saying, holy shit, I can never play sport again, I'm just getting my life started, and then to get cleared of it. It's not an exact science. I tore my bicep. I went to a doctor. Harris said he didn't want to get me worried. He didn't want to tell me. He goes, yeah, I knew you tore your bicep. A doctor told me 6-7 weeks, too long. Another doctor says it'll heal on its own. Went to a third doctor. He goes, I wish I got you sooner, but I could fix it. And he did. And now I had surgery back in freaking February, and I'm lifting full weights. I'm holding. I couldn't hold stuff. I went through PT for months and everything. My arm's stronger. So don't listen. If you get an opinion on something, go see somebody else and decide what you want to do. But don't let someone just say, okay, you're done. Get a second opinion. Get a third fucking opinion. Because you're going to find someone who's going to give you good advice or give you a diagnosis that's going to help you long term. Unbelievable. I read that. I was like, that's disgusting, man. That is just... And Jason Peters, so he wanted more money to be the left tackle. So instead of getting a $6 million contract, he's getting $8 million. So it's like $2 million more bucks because Andre Dillard tore his bicep. So that's what he gets. $2 million extra. $8 million instead of... He could get up to $8 million. He's got $4 million guaranteed instead of having like $3 million guaranteed out of his original contract. All right. I thought he should have got more. And then Josh Bellamy. He's a